Hi Cancerians, good afternoon or good evening rather. This is Carol from Carol's Universe. Tarot readings from the heart. Sorry, my hair is getting on my nerves again. I think I might go back to having short. It's just easier to manage. Hope you guys are really well. I've come with your December 2015 reading. Just to let you know a couple of things. Let me just close something off this laptop. Okay. So just to let you know a couple of things, Cancerians. Basically, these are general readings, so not all the energies are going to resonate with everyone. They'll resonate with some people, but they won't resonate with all, okay? The other thing to let you know is please allow an 8-week span for these energies to actually come to fruition, because I listen to my own general readings. I'm Scorpio, so I listen to them from other readers on YouTube. And sometimes those energies have happened 2 weeks before the month in question has happened, and sometimes it's been literally 2 weeks after. So I always say, personally for me, in terms of these readings, 8 weeks to look out for them, okay? A lot of people are actually experiencing this, I'm finding, already. So usually you know what I'm talking about. The other thing to say is that if you want a general reading with me, you can go to my website. The link is below. It's a very successful website that I run. It's www.carolsuniverse.co.uk. Also, Cancerians, what I'd like to say is that, you know what, I've just forgotten what I was about to say to you guys. I was about to say something and it's just completely 100... Oh, here we are. That's what I wanted to say. There's lots of other readings coming up on the website, because you probably know or don't know, I finished with my job at where I was November the 13th. So that's leaving me time now just to kind of concentrate on the business. I don't know whether I'm going to need to go into another job after Christmas. Hopefully not, but if I do, I'd like to try and make the most of this time so I can actually get to know you guys a little bit better, and you can enjoy my readings. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening for you guys in the month of December. Right, so your general energy is showing as karma. I'm using the Riches Tarot by Ellen Dugan. So it's karma, and it's the Four of Wands. That's what your general energy is. And it's interesting with karma, because karma in the normal Rider-Waite deck is actually the Judgment card. And Judgment is all about rebirth. It's about second chances. It's about liberation. It's about freedom. It's about being called to take action on something when you're alerted to it. So it's about being alert, being ready. It's also a card of... it's very... To me, when I look at karma, it's a major arcana card, but it kind of reminds me of one of the pit cards, the Four of Swords, the laying down of arms, the rest and respite before you're ready to kind of get going again on something. So Judgment in the Witches Tarot is kind of similar, and it also talks about forces that are greater than ourselves having a hand in our lives. So situations coming to us, experiences, how we handle them. Karma is very much about what you put in is what you get out. But it's also, because it's the Judgment card, it's about making a resolution on something, a judgment on something, a decision on something. And this card, karma, is all about making important decisions in order to create positive transformation. I noticed next door to this card is also the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands in your Rider-Waite deck is about a couple who have worked really hard to enjoy the fruits of their labours. On the Rider-Waite deck, we see a couple holding hands saying, you know, we did it. And they have, a group of friends around them who are celebrating in their success. So that card really is about achieving a certain level of stability through effort, through work. It's about reaching a point where you can feel really abundant and stable and secure. It's about security as well. And just sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labour. And this is kind of the same thing, except it has 4 dancing girls on it, I believe. Let me have a look at this card. Yeah, 4 dancing girls. And this is about parties and celebrations, baptisms, engagements, bridal parties. Uh, and it's coming up to Christmas, so maybe these two cards are saying for some of you guys, you're going to be reconnecting, because the Karma card is about reconnecting with stuff. If you look at the Judgment card, these people are rising from the dead. So they're rising to make a reconnection with the universe, to make a reconnection with the world. It's a second chance. It's a second time around. So there might have been people in your past that you're going to be reconnecting with in the month of December. And as your general energy, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a lovely, lovely card to have as your general energy, because this card means so many things, but it's about generations of people in one place. That can be in a work environment. It can also be in obviously a home environment, because this is really a family card. But the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups are the same intent in terms of sharing connections with people, sharing bonds with people, happiness, joy. But the Ten of Pentacles would a lot of the time reference maybe a workplace because of the money aspect of it. And also in terms of a family, it's shared with resources, okay? Money, food on the table, everybody putting into the pot, everybody enjoying themselves. Now, I could say that that was all it was for the month of December, but it's an interesting reading, this is. And I'm not going to kind of do it how I would usually do it, by telling a story that all the way out, because it has so many factors to it, Cancerians. And I feel that the Judgment card and the Four of Wands can also be about reaching a decision on a relationship. Because the Judgment card is about, as I've said, something that was dormant, something that was kind of maybe in limbo. These people that are risen from the dead, it depends on how you see death, really, in a way, because death can be seen as just a sleep for a time before the second coming of Christ, or whatever your belief is, or before we rise again, or death is just, we leave the body and then we go out into the universe as spirits. Okay, so we still carry on, but karma can be about having to reach a decision on something. Judgment is about reaching a decision on something, making a final judgment, the final judgment. If any of you know about the Bible, the book of Revelation, that type of thing, I'm not going to get all holier than thou on you, because I realise some of you guys probably won't even be religious, more spiritual. But to me, karma next to Four of Wands could be reaching a decision on the family home, for example. So the Four of Wands can also be about movement, moving home, for example. So maybe you're closing the door on one life, on one home, in order to move into another one, potentially. And it's funny because we see this in the Fool and the Four of Pentacles that's next door to it. Found this to be very, very interesting cards together, because there is such a kind of like a polarity going on there, because the Four of Pentacles is someone who is shut off. They're fearful. They're stuck to one place and they refuse to move. So this card is about refusing to change something in your life. It's about fighting or resisting change, okay? Being resistant, sorry. It's about holding on to things in a very, very unhealthy way, okay? This is what this card can signify. Whereas the Fool is about taking a chance. This Fool has no bonds. He doesn't hold on to things because he doesn't have anything except for some old bag. Sorry, if you're old and you're watching this, I'm not calling you an old bag, okay? But some old bag and a dog, and it is his size. And he looks up to the sky and he thinks the sky is the limit. This person doesn't see the sky as being the limit. All they can see is what's in front of their face, which is money, which they hold on to quite securely. And the door is also locked. It's almost like, this is mine and I'm not allowing entry. So this person blocks things out. But this person is willing to experience. So maybe for some of you guys, you're seeing children going off at Christmas, because the Fool can sometimes be a child, because it's 0, which represents a very young adult, a baby, someone who's innocent, someone who's quite naive. But I look at those two cards together and it's kind of almost somebody's coming out of their comfort zone, maybe. if we were looking at the same person. So somebody's taking a leap of faith. This person on the Four of Pentacles, Cancer, doesn't take a leap of faith. He'd rather just stay stuck in misery. As far as he's concerned, it's better the devil you know. Whereas the Fool is kind of, no, I want to know more. I want to experience more. Underneath these cards is also, we have the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. The Six of Swords is usually a classic, it's your classic moving on card. It's also a travel card. It can infer travelling over water. Alright, travelling across water, maybe travelling to a different country or a different part of the country. It is a card of moving through a challenge, moving to calmer waters. And it's funny because we see the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups is your classic card of the past. So this could mean some of you guys going back home to visit people within your family. Alright, over the Christmas period. I'm sorry if the reading sounds really mundane, but these are what the cards are really saying to me at the moment, Cancerians. So maybe for some of you guys, you know, you're deciding to reconnect. Maybe this is something that you haven't done in a long time, hence the Four of Pentacles. You kind of stayed with something that's been quite familiar. With the Fool card, you might decide to take a risk on something or just to step out into the world. Maybe you haven't been away in a long time and maybe the journey is going back home. What's interesting as well to me on this reading is the King of Pentacles. Now, you're a water sign, so this isn't you. This is somebody else. If it's not somebody else, then it's your energy. But court cards are usually, they're usually people in the tarot. Okay. Now, the King of Pentacles is an earth sign, so he's Virgo. He's Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn individual. And he looks towards the Ace of Wands, okay? The Ace of Wands is usually a very masculine energy as well, masculine element of fire, okay? This is someone who wants to take their money and turn an idea into a reality, potentially, all right? This can also reference a new home. So maybe this is your husband, Cancerians. Maybe you are looking to move. Maybe this Fool card is moving out of an old home. And maybe you're going back to live in somewhere that you were brought up in or some old town that you are very familiar with, that type of thing. But I feel that there's almost, for some of you guys, maybe more to this reading than meets the eye. Because we have this Karma card, as I said, and the Four of Wands. It can be reaching a decision, maybe on a commitment, because the Four of Wands can often be the card of marriage. All right? Maybe for some of you guys, you're going to be giving your marriage a second chance. And maybe for some of you guys, you're feeling rebirth through making a decision on a marriage. Because we do have two kings in this reading. We've got King of Pentacles, who looks at a new exciting proposition within the Ace of Wands. And we have the King of Swords. This would be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Along with the Magician. The King of Swords is usually a legal character, potentially. He is usually someone who would be maybe a manager or a businessman, but he's always considered somebody fair a lot of the time. He's very logical, though. He thinks a lot with his head about situations. And along with that Magician, I mean, these two characters are very interesting to me because my feeling isn't very good about them for some reason. It's just not very good about these two men on this card because the Magician can be classed as a trickster. So are some of you guys moving away from a situation with someone in order to start a situation with someone else? If you were moving away from a situation, I feel it would be from the King of Swords, the air sign. Maybe you consider him to be too cold. Maybe you've got much more of a grounded, passionate relationship with the King of Pentacles. But there are two characters coming up here. Two kings in a reading can usually signify success over something. Okay? Maybe these are people that you know, people within your work environment maybe, or people within your home environment. But I do feel that for the month of December, Cancerians, that there is something to do with the home. It could be that there's simply celebration going on with you for this month, obviously because it's Christmas, connecting with old people. We do have the connection between the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups, directly telling me that some of you are travelling back to the past. We've also got the Fool card stepping out of the Four of Pentacles. So what was shut off now is now free. So maybe some of you guys were involved in something like a marriage that wasn't working, and now you're free to kind of be with someone that you actually do like, or you actually do love, or you're free to kind of investigate an exciting new beginning with someone. But I do feel for some reason some of you guys are maybe leaving a relationship or even considering it. If that's not the case, maybe two kings in a reading can also suggest minor counsel over something. Okay, so maybe you've decided to give a relationship a second chance in December. But there is definitely something based around the home here for some of you guys. I feel that it's either moving to a new home, giving a relationship a second chance potentially, or leaving something behind that wasn't serving you in a relationship. But at the heart of you reading, Cancerians, and also to let you know as well, that King of Swords along with the Magician, sometimes I look at those two cards together and I think about the King of Swords in the reverse. Someone who isn't so fair, someone who might be a little bit of a con man, someone who might be a little bit of a trickster with those two cards. I don't feel too good about that King of Swords and the Magician card. You'd have to let me know whether this is something in a work situation that's going on, or it could be a case of that maybe some of you guys are considering leaving a job, something that you might have felt trapped in because of the cash. Because the Four of Pentacles can be a card of feeling stuck in something because of money. And the Fool card can also be a card of moving out of that, so going on a different journey, moving towards your passions, instead of feeling that you need to stay in something. So, for example, you could look at the Four of Pentacles as maybe being corporate life, and the Fool card of being, actually, no, I'm going to go out, I'm going to set my own business up, that type of thing. So there's a lot of freedom in this reading, and there's a lot of kind of removing yourself, I feel, Cancerians, from a situation that potentially for some of you guys hasn't been serving you. So it could be that you are making a decision with that Karma card. You're going to take action on something that maybe you were afraid to take action on. And I feel that whatever it was that you were afraid to take action on would have been the Four of Pentacles, the fear, but now the Fool card takes the action. As you know, if I go quiet, it's just that I'm looking at the cards all over again. This King of Pentacles looks at the advancement of something. He's looking at making an investment in a new idea. If this King of Pentacles doesn't represent anyone you know, then this is a part of you. King of Pentacles is a very successful guy. He's at the top of his tree and he's looking to make an investment. King of Pentacles can also reference an estate agent, someone who deals with housing. Okay, so it could be somebody who pays a mortgage, that type of thing. Maybe some of you guys are looking to get a new mortgage, that type of thing. It's a very good reading, but I do see that for some of you guys, Cancerians, that you are looking potentially in December or even January to leave something maybe behind. I also see in the cards that there is potentially either you or someone else. This would be a Earth male, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, who's looking maybe to make an investment within a new venture, potentially, Cancerians. Because Ace of Wands is the beginning of an exciting adventure. And the King of Pentacles is usually the type of man that would make that investment. He's also very reliable and also a very good supporter. King of Swords is the logical person. So he comes up with the kind of logical side of things. So maybe it's a couple of, or maybe it's a group of people some of you guys are involved with. But I do feel at the heart of it, at this reading, you have a lot of support, because we have the Ten of Pentacles as your general advice stroke theme for the month. So this is a lot of abundance with you guys in December, okay? A lot of abundance going on. So whether that's materially or whether that's emotionally, whether that's with friends, family, there is a family of people that you feel good around. See, for you guys in December, there's reconnections going on because we have the Six of Swords and it's travelling straight towards the Six of Cups. So there is travelling back to the past. Okay? Within the Fool card, there is freedom from a situation that you may have felt held back on with the Four of Pentacles. It could simply be with the King of Swords, Cancerians. King of Swords is logic, thinking. The Magician is creating. So maybe you're creating something from an idea. And maybe somebody's going to invest in that. With the King of Pentacles facing that Ace of Wands. I do feel that there are things here within this reading, funnily enough, that you might have been suppressing for a certain time. And now you're just going to go off and do it. Hence we have the Karma card. But whatever it is that you're doing, Cancerians, for the month of December, have a great one, because I think it's going to be a very, very good Christmas. And I also feel that a lot of you guys have been thinking about doing stuff for some time, and you're actually going to make steps towards doing it. That's what I'm seeing within this reading. So, Cancerians, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll be back with lots more readings. Thank you for your time, guys. Take care.